Kilo, Quebec 4, Yankee Alpha Delta, calling CQ, CQ, CQ. Kilo, Quebec 4, Yankee Alpha Delta, calling CQ, CQ, CQ. Juliet, Juliet Station, Juliet, Juliet Station, Kilo, Quebec 4, Yankee Alpha Delta. Juliet Station, Kilo, Quebec 4, Yankee Alpha Delta. Kilo, Juliet 6, Echo, Uniform Victor.
I just switched antennas to see if that helps out any, to see if it point out the other direction. That kind of picked you up a little bit better. Yeah, no, I'm looking, this kind of conditions are really, they're weak right now. That's for sure. Not the best here on 10 meter. 10 meters was kind of quiet the last few months, so maybe it's the best part of the season or something, right?
Yeah, I copy that. I'm just running an 80 watt radio, and I have a mast in my backyard. I think I'm running in between 60 and 80 watts the way it's reading. I don't have a strong setup or anything here out of Central Alabama, but I can hear a bunch of guys, but I don't hear half the conversations. Propagation seems okay, I feel like, but I'm not sure, Jason. If I have that right, that's Kilo, Juliet 6, Echo, Uniform Victor, and that's Jason in North Carolina.
Yeah, roger that. It looks like did you just get your license? It looks like you just might have got it here recently. Welcome to the Amarillo. What prompted you to get your license?
Hey man, yeah, I got my license last year sometime, and I was really interested in it, and I had a child, and then sort of things got put on hold. But yeah, just recently I went through a failure with my antenna. I made a few contacts with it, but I'll put it up in my attic, and I just couldn't get under like a 2.0 SWR, and I'm running this little QT80 running. It's an 80 watt radio, but right now it looks like I'm doing about 75 watts. But just a homemade dipole in the backyard, and I just wanted to be able to contact people. I'm saving up to be able to buy something multi-band so I can work 20 and 40. I'm just saving up for a radio right now.
Yeah, roger that. I'm looking at your KRZ page. You might want to update your grid square because it shows it out in the middle of the year. And I know it's not where you're at. But there's just a technical just update your grid square on QRZ. Those dipoles, I build antennas for people, especially for new technicians. I build antennas and help people get their stations up in the air. So you can make those dipoles multi-band. You can do what they call a band dipole. And like to say it's 10, 20, and 40 meters, which allows you, to get into the other bands and whatnot. And they'll do 18 and 15 as well. So just a little tidbit, you look it up on how to build it. It's quite simple.
Yeah, copy that, Jason. I'm saving up just for a radio, just the money for it. But I really want to get into kind of some digital stuff. I'm about to buy one of those, I forget what you call them, but it's a DigiRig, and I'm going to try to run this 10 meter on DigiRig. I'm just trying to find a cheap computer to do that as well. KQ4YAD. Right now, I'm on a Radioddity QT80, and so Chinese radio, a few $100s, and I got a Tech Power supply, and then I just built that dipole and weatherproofed it the best I could and hung it up in the backyard. I was getting 1.8 out there earlier, and I made an antenna adjustment, and I'm running like a 1.5 right now on the analyzer, 1.5 on the radio. So, yep. Right now, the top of it's about 16 feet off the ground. I built a mast in my backyard, and it's in an inverted V right now set up, and I'm doing the best I can with it.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, the inverted V, of course, if you're at a 1.5, where are you running it at? Do you know? I mean, do you have an analyzer that checks the antenna before you plug it in the radio?
Yeah, I got one of these real cheap nano VNAs, and I've set it up, and it's running pretty flat in between 28.3 and 28.5. It's running pretty flat. On the meter, it shows about a 1.6. On the radio, it shows in between the 1.5 and 1.6 right now.
Okay, yeah, because sometimes, I mean, if it's like resonant, like on the upper bands, I mean, is it higher to the right or is it higher to the left as far as your SWR is concerned? When you have your on your nano VNAs, like when you have your spread there, how wide of a spread do you have? Do you have it started like 2,800 to 2,900?
I'm starting it on 28.3 and I'm ending it on 28.5. And it's slightly higher to the right, but still pretty flat. But towards the right, it starts gaining.
Okay, so it gains to the right. Okay, so that usually tells, if it's gaining to the right, that tells me your antenna is a hair long. So you can trick it out by going to the end of your dipole and folding back, like say, I don't know, goes back onto itself, like maybe like an inch and a half, 2 inches. On each wire, and then recheck it and see what that does to it.
Yeah, copy that. I was running in my attic the same antenna. It was running like a 2.1, and I went up there and tried to make adjustments, but I could never really get it good. So I just decided to hang it up and weatherproof it and put it on my mast. And, I was getting 1.8, and earlier today I took about 5 inches off of it, and not really 5, probably about 2 inches, and it came down to a 1.6. So yeah, most definitely I'm going to take it down a couple more inches and see what it does. I want to be able to push some more wattage on 10 until I save up for my 20 and 40, 80 radio.
Yeah, what size wire are you using? And do you have a choke or a common no choke on there, or a balancer or anything like
that? One of my customers, I fix air conditioners for a living, and he gave me the LDG 1-to-1 balun, and then I'm using I'm using 16 gauge wire right now. I have some thicker wire, but yeah, I'm still making adjustments.
Yeah, 16 gauge, you can push quite a bit of power up your 16 gauge. I have multiple antennas out here. I've got 16 gauge, I've got 12 gauge, some thicker stuff, some 12 gauge thicker stuff. And then I have, like the one I'm talking on you right now is 16 gauge, and I can run 1,000 watts through this thing, and it ain't gonna hurt it. And if you have the balun is what you got to be careful of. If you put too much power through the balun, if it's a choke balun, if it's a 1-to-1 choke balun, I make sure that its choke balun is as close to the antenna as you can possibly get it.
Copy that. I'm looking at some other stuff that customer gave me. And yeah, I'll put a choke in it as close to the antenna as I can. That's the next thing I'll do. I'm just trying to just practice on this. I have a friend group, and one of my friends got their license, but when it comes to even spending a few $100s on an HF radio, he just doesn't want to do it. So I don't really have a lot of friends doing it. But yeah, one of my customers gave me a 1947 Collins Exciter. It's like a CW radio. It weighs like 45 pounds. You ought to see the thing. It's pretty wild.
It looks like propagation has started to play out on you a little bit. It kind of drops a little signal strength up. But yeah, no, I mean, just playing with the antenna. It does, I mean, the antenna, you got to realize the antenna is probably 95% of your setup. So you can have the cheapest radio out there and still talk around the road. You know, with 50 watts, 75 watts. Right now, the antenna I'm using is a Delta Loop. It's a full-wave Delta Loop, multi-band.
Awesome. Have you been in the hobby long, Jason? And you're in North Carolina, is that correct? And I got you as KJ6EUV.
Yeah, roger that. I'm in North Carolina. I'm originally from California, but yes, I'm in North Carolina right now. And as far as the hobby is concerned, that's kind of an interesting question. I've been into communications since I was about 15, 16 years old. I was real big into CBs back in the day. Big antennas, big power, big ample, you know what I mean, big microphones, et cetera, et cetera. And then in California, I was doing off-road racing. I used to do desert racing and Baja 500, Baja 1000, and skiing the Hammers and rock crawling and that kind of stuff. So, but when for my race cars, I needed communication between base camp and my cars, which prompted me to get my license, allows me to talk on frequencies that the other cars couldn't listen to or transmit on. So that's what got me into the ham radio.
That's awesome, man. That's amazing. You know, the rules are, I don't know, are set up, but yeah, that's an awesome story getting into it. Yeah, the desert racing, did you race like the big Baja trucks and stuff like that, or like motorcycles, or what'd you race?
I have a Sandero. I got a 200 horse Sandero turbocharged long travel run. So it's got like, I don't know, 27 inches of travel on the front axle, and I think it's 24 on the rear. 200 horse turbocharged, two-seater. You know, the light bars, little cage, all 9 yards and stuff like that. So we would do like, I would do sand drags out in the dunes, like Dumont Dune, Alcatil Wells, Glamis. Do the big competition sand drags, and then I would do, oh my gosh, off-road desert racing, which was like King of the Hammers event, which is out Lucerne Valley in California. And the Baja 500, which is like takes about 3 days to do, and then the 1000 takes like almost a week to do. I mean, you pit stops in its kind and stuff like that. So that's what I did. I got it's on my QRZ page. I think I got a picture of it on there.
Yeah, I copy that, Jason. Yeah, that's amazing. I eventually want to get a race car. Like not a crazy one or anything, but here in Central Alabama, we have Barber's Motorsports, and they do like Indy cars every year, and for very little fee, and you know they let you go on the track and stuff like that. So I want to get like a little cheap C6 Corvette or something and a good set of tires, and pretty much just running it around the track with a helmet and fire jacket on.
Yeah, roger that. Hold on a second there, but Dan, frequencies in use, whoever's this transmit out there, frequencies in use. It's showing transmitted on top of you there, Dan, so that's let them know that we're on the band here. But anyways, well, I'm going to let you go go, man. Let you get at it and maybe make some more contacts out there. There's a couple of people just above here, up in the 30. Let me see. I don't know if it was 28.4, I think, just 4 somewhere around that vicinity. There's some people up there transmitting, doing some kind of a net and community distance testing stuff or whatever. You can jump on there and probably say hello.
What frequency was that? Yeah, I'm just trying to just make contacts and just see if my radio is working. Really, I don't have a ton more time to spend, but yeah. Well, anyway, Jason, man, it's nice meeting you. I'm gonna be working 10 meters for a while when I can. And what we're on now, this 28-360. I don't know. I'm gonna try to stick around there as long as nobody else is using it, and I will hop off though. But hey, Jason, it's nice for the contact, man. KJ6 EUV up in North Carolina, and hey, man, I appreciate it. And this is KQ4YD.
That's not a problem. Yeah, you're up at 24. I think it was 485 or something like that. And it looks like there's someone just right above us here. Probably about 10, 15 hertz or right above us here. Or excuse me, 10, 15 megahertz right above us here. But there's a gentleman out there. He's tuning his radio or something out there right on top of us here. So, all right, guys, well, have fun out there. Good luck, and hopefully get your antenna dialed in and get your radio set up. Maybe we'll hear you out on the band there, Roger.
Copy that, Jason. It's KQ4YD in a transmission.
KJ6